Hello, you look different. What happened to your hair? Haircut, the new hair me. Look cool,
Yes,
man. You look 10
yes.
years younger. All right.
I just did my haircut today.
It looks like hair may have some connection issues. They have absolutely, yeah. You were blinking.
I always
Okay.
blink.
Oh, really? Mr. Blinker. All right. So
Yeah.
today's guest is very, very special person. I think I would like to give a small introduction about him. He's Thomas, the friend I got 2 years back from Malaika. And it was an experience, we see a lot of people in Malaika, we become good friends, but this guy is special. In my whole lifetime, if somebody inspire me, I don't think, you know, you come across many stories which inspire you, but there are, you may not know them personally, but this is a gem of a man, and he's so strong. I don't know how to put it into words, but he's one of the strongest, the nicest, the most humble, and a handsome guy. The thing is, his most his character is in his power, the way he faced the challenges in his life, the way, he was an athlete, and he had an accident. From from skiing, from cycling, from his regular life, all of a sudden into a wheelchair is not an easy thing. And this
Yeah.
guy, I've never seen him without a smile. He got a twinkle in his eyes. He's an angel. I really sometimes feel that he's not human. He's that awesome person. So, and his courage to do wildlife photography in Masai Mara with all this surgeries and nut and bolt in his back, and sitting inside a safari vehicle and handling a 400 and doing so amazing photography. Not only on land, he also do diving and underwater photography as well. So I don't know whether is there anything which he doesn't do. Can you believe he ski using a wheelchair? And I was like going bonkers when I see that. So you need to see this person to believe that he is human. This is
And
my
you're
friend.
lucky that you have met him in person, and I'm
Yes.
yet to meet him in person. So
Yes.
let's invite
Welcome him.
Thomas. Hello, Thomas.
Hello all together. Thank you for the nice words.
No, it's whatever I say, that I think it will be very less for you, my dear.
As, should I start with my presentation?
No, you can start with
No,
telling a
you
Perfect.
have
little
you
bit
have to give
about
a
your
brief
journey,
about
your life.
yourself.
And
Okay, perfect.
Apart from what Nisha said, we want to hear more.
Okay, as Nisha told, my name is Thomas and I'm born in Germany, but since nearly 20 years, I'm living in Zurich, Switzerland, a great place to be. And my special situation is that 2010, there was a major accident by crashing a truck. And after that, I was paralyzed from my breast completely. That means that I cannot make only a single step. And from this point, I'm completely wheelchair dependent.
Okay.
And after 1 year of recovery, I must relearn everything, including driving a car. And what should I say? Sometimes shit happens, but the life goes on, yeah. And I relearned all my hobbies like skiing or diving or cycling. Here you can see me in the Swiss Alps skiing with special gear. And I can tell you it's not that easy to learn this, but you have to practice a lot, and it's all about technique and balance. And it is a great feeling to be again out there in the mountains and enjoying skiing. It was very nice. but it took a long time to do this in this way. And here you can see me on a boat in Egypt. I learned again scuba diving. I was scuba diving before my accident, but it is a little bit much more complicated to do this out from a wheelchair. The major problem is the buoyancy. You have to do this very carefully, and it's not easy to dive in a depth of 3 meters. After 3 meters, it's getting better, but you have to practice a lot. And it was always a dream for me to make underwater photography. And 2017, I was thinking about it, and those guys who teach me diving said to me, it's not possible. And the words not possible, they are very often in my life, but it is possible. And I learned it. Here you can see 2017, my first pictures under the water. You can see a huge coral with thousands of fishes around.
Wow.
And here's another situation, nice wall with soft and hard corals and a bunch of fishes. And here's another reef very close to the surface. And as you can see, the light is quite good. And then the colors are just brilliant. In the middle, the fish in the middle is a lipfish. And this was a very special situation. You can see on the right-hand side some animal fishes. In the middle, a white moray, little one. And on the left-hand side, a lipfish again. And the moray and the lipfish are predators, and they were hunting together. And here you can see me at that particular spot. As you can see, I use my elbow as a monopod for stabilization. And I'm very near to the subjects. And here from another angle, for me it's very important that my gear is very good balanced.
Yeah.
That makes it much more easier. And here sometimes you find your back in an upside down position, but you have to stay cool and enjoy the dive and have fun with making photos. And in my special situation, all the time, the winter time is very difficult. In my country, it is often in this time very cold and overcast and ugly. And this is not good for my mood. And year after year, I was thinking about it. And my plan was to go in this particular time to a better place, to a warmer place. And it's not so easy to find in Europe in the wintertime a good place. And therefore, I was thinking about South Africa. And I told my sister about this idea, and she was very excited, and she told me that she will join me. And we decided for Botswana. And after we fixed everything, 1 week before the journey started, I was a little bit anxious about some special things, especially those little bush planes I was afraid of, because we decided for a fly-in safari, and a fly-in safari means that we have round about 6 different destinations, and the distance between each destination is so far that you have to take those little bush planes. But in the end, it was very easy to get in this plane. It was much easier than to get in the game drive vehicle. And on this picture, you can see me in front of the back door, and behind me, my sister was wearing the luggage, and the guys.
Yeah.
Guides.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And another problem was the long journey, because I have all the time have to care about my sitting position. I have to reposition me all the time again, because otherwise my skin can be hurt. And the trip from Germany to Johannesburg was round about 13 hours, and then we made a stopover. And on the next day, we went to Mauen. It takes another 4 hours, and then the little bush plan for the final destination. Yeah? But it worked quite good. But after this trip, I was completely out of energy, and the guide told us that the plan is to make an evening game drive. And I thought, oh God, that's too much for me. But I tried it, yeah, and he picked us up at our place. And then we were walking, I was rolling some meters, and we were standing in front of a very steep slope. And I thought again, God, it's not possible. But we did it. And then we entered the Boteti River. The camp was close to the Boteti River. And the idea was not to go by a vehicle. The plan was to take a little boat with little plastic seats. And I'm not stable. I cannot sit normally on those plastic seats, but my sister was crazy. My sister was holding me during I was making photos. But I can tell you, if you are there out in the field, no matter what my situation is, the nature gives you so much energy back that's unbelievable, and you're feeling so alive. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And here you can see my first picture. Huge giraffe was crossing the Boteti River some minutes after sunset.
That's beautiful.
So that you took from the boat?
From the boat, yeah, from the boat. My sister was holding me, and I was fighting against the ISO. It was too high because the light was very, very not the perfect light. It was quite funny, but it's a huge adventure. And on the next day, we were looking for some lions all day long because in this area, the density of the mammals is not like in the Masai Mara. You have to look very long time for find some mammals.
Yeah.
And on this trip, there was another German photographer called Michael, and he was very, very helpful, and we are now friends. And he spotted this lioness at her prey, and on this picture, it's very funny with the eye of the lion.
Yeah, it's a great frame.
In front, there was the prey, but I cropped a little bit away because I don't like such pictures. But this eye is special. And then we changed to another camp called Moremi, and this was a very funny situation. A huge elephant was shaking a tree for getting some fruits. And in the background, you can see some leaves falling down.
Yes.
Yeah. And this was Savuti. This is a very famous male lion called Segekama. And we spotted him in the golden evening light. And this is a full frame shot. He passed our vehicle only 2 meters. That's not normal in this area because the animals are much more shy. And in Savuti, there are 2 cheetahs, male cheetahs. And here you can see one sitting on a termite mound looking for the prey. I think 10 minutes after sunset.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm also interested in bird photography. Here you can see 2 lilac-breasted rollers. It's always nice to see 2 together. In the background, there is the marsh area. And this is back in Moremi, Camp Moremi. And for this leopard lady, we were looking all the day. And in the evening, we spotted her. And she was a little bit angry about our present because her cup wasn't round. But this encounter was great. And this was the end of the trip. at the Victoria Falls, and I enjoyed this trip a lot. And from this point, I was addicted in wildlife photography, and I fell in love with Africa, absolutely. Yeah. And this trip was 2018, and I was thinking about trip on 2019. During the journey in Botswana, I was reading a book from a German photographer who is based in the Masai Mara, and I wrote him a letter with a request, and he answered very friendly. It's nice, it's no problem, but he has to ask the owner of the camp. And after 1 week, he answered that it's not possible because the owner of the camp told him that it's too dangerous for people in a wheelchair, and I can not go there. And I was completely frustrated. And I asked Michael for other contacts in this area, and I sent round about 10 mails to different locations. And fortunately, Joe answered from the Malaika camp, answered me very friendly, and he told me that's no problem. In our camp, everything is flat, and the people are very helpful, and the mood is very good, and it's no problem. And in the end of the migration time, I made a photo safari with Joe, and it was awesome, absolutely awesome. And in this time, I saw Nisha, and the plan for 2020 was to go in April with Nisha to the Malaika camp, to the Masai Mara again, but unfortunately there was the pandemic, and we must push the trip to the end of the year in beginning of December 2020. And now I will show you a mixture between 2019 and 2020. I'm very interested in special light situation. I think those situations are called the red 5. These are the 5 minutes before and after sunrise and sunset. And this huge giraffe, kind of silhouette picture, was captured very near to the Malaika camp. And I have to say, the Malaika camp is just perfect. Normally, you have a meeting point where the vehicles are parked, and I think you have to walk around 200 meters from the main tent. Nisha knows it better, from the main tent to this particular place. But they parked the game drive vehicle right in the front of my tent, and it was much easier to do it in like that. And the people are very nice there. Here you can see another picture of 2 eland antelopes during the sunrise. It's a kind of rim light, a little bit of rim light. I have to practice more with the rim light, but it's my best rim light picture. This is another kind of rim light. I know elephants are not the perfect mammals for making rim light pictures because they have no fur, but you can see a little bit of rim light at the mouth and a little bit at the trunk.
Yes.
This is another picture in that time. I like this light situation because they simplify the picture. Normally on the field there are thousands of colors, and the field is sometimes a little bit messy, but with this light it's quite abstract, and that I love. This is, I think, 10 minutes after sunset, some gazelles. And this was 2019, a herd of elephants lit by the rising moon. And I'm also very interested in any kinds of cats. And here, this is 2020. It is Imani with 2 of her cubs. You can see a portrait of 2 of her cubs. Hopefully, they're still alive.
2 of them are alive, 2 are dead. Wow.
And here are 3 of them on a nice rock formation.
Beautiful.
I'm also interested in the interaction between the mammals. Here are 2 cubs looking very sweet, and in the background, the mother looking for some prey or for other predators. And here's a portrait of Imani. I think she's a great mother.
She is.
Yeah.
A great hunter too.
And one of my dreams was to make those eye-level, low-angle shots. But in my situation, it is not possible if I sit in the vehicle on the seat to get fast on the ground to reach that angle. But I was thinking all the time about how can I do this. But fortunately, one of the owners of the camp, Johnny, had a great idea. They put out the seats on the left side of the vehicle and put in a large mattress and 2 huge cushions from the couch of the lobby for my bag. And 2020, I was sitting all the time on this mattress, and now those angles were possible. And this is Siri, a beauty,
Yes.
a beautiful leopard. And here's another beauty, Luluka. This particular day, we spent it. Nisha was with another vehicle there. We spent the whole day together with Luluka. We spotted her in the morning, and after a while, she decided to climb up a tree.
Oh,
This is a frozen picture. This picture was made with the 400 mm and my Nikon D850. And for me, panning is not that easy. And often I crop away the tail or something like that. But in this situation, it worked quite good. This was a full frame shot. And then we were waiting round about 8 hours during Luluka was sleeping on this sausage tree. And Nisha told me that I should try for the downcoming action my another gear with my 7200 to make a habitat shot. And this
wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. It was worth it to wait so long. And then she was going to a little hill and was sleeping again, or resting again, a half an hour, and then she stood up and was stretching, and then we spotted her with her nice cup. And this was an amazing moment because the cup was so playful. It was great. But unfortunately, the situation was a little bit messy, but you have to deal with those problems. And here you can see a lioness. It's a full frame shot too. I think she was looking for some prey.
That's a beautiful shot.
Yes.
With those grasses around.
Yeah.
It's a dramatic, yeah.
And I love lion cubs because they almost make funny things. This one was climbing on a little termite mound, and on the top he was making some funny moves. And right in this time the sun was rising, and the light was just brilliant. Here's another picture of the funny cubs, lion cubs. And I'm also very interested in serval cats, but unfortunately, until now I was not so lucky with spotting serval cats. This was 2019, and hopefully in the future I will be much more lucky with those adorable animals. Now I will show you some habitat shots for this picture, it was very important for me, the composition between the herd of elephants and the nice trees in the background. This was the special technique I used. This picture was made by holding out the tripod upside down, and the picture was made with my remotes. Unfortunately, we were there a little bit late. The light was already harsh, and therefore you have some distracting shadows. But I will try this technique again on my next trip, hopefully.
Yeah.
This was 2019. This is a huge leopard. It's called Yellow Boy, I think. And she was looking at some giraffes.
Mm-hmm. Giraffes.
Giraffes, exactly, yeah. And this is the little orang guy. 2019, what this picture made. Nisha was around there too, in another vehicle. And we spent it only with 2 vehicles, I think 2 out there. It was amazing. Here's orang guy sneaking down the tree. And here's orang guy hiding in his hide. And this was a very funny picture because this was made 2020. We spotted sometime 10 minutes after sunrise a herd of giraffes. With a tiny one, only 1 day old. But unfortunately, the background was very messy, and I got the idea that I can use the fur of the mother as the backdrop of the tiny one. But unfortunately, my shutter speed was much too high. In the beginning of that scene, the herd was walking, and my shutter speed was around 2000. And I was using my 400 mm with the Nikon D850, and the Nikon D850 is not that good in ISO performance. And in this situation, everything, the tiny one was staying still, and I think 200 of a second would be enough. And the ISO now is 4000. It's much too high, and therefore, unfortunately, it's a little bit noisy. But I tried this technique again with a better adjustment. And now I will show you some pictures of wildlife at home in Switzerland. I started doing wildlife pictures, photography during the pandemic because traveling was not possible. And here you can see a red fox lady with eye contact. Here's a gray heron making some funny moves. This is a red fox cub. I was lying on the field, perfect positioned with the sun in my back. And the cub was using the leaf as a sunglass to observe me. And here you can see how smart those animals are. In my country, sometimes you can find the common kingfisher, and here is a picture from the common kingfisher with a fish in his bill.
Yeah.
This is a wagtail. This is a full frame shot, and this shot was made out of wooden hide. And here's another gray heron with dramatic background. Another common kingfisher with a frog. And this is a cormorant in the mist, I think 5 minutes after sunrise. Quite abstract. And this is a little egret, also in the mist. I like mist very much because it simplifies the picture and the mood is always very, very good.
Yeah.
And here is the little egret during taking off in black and white. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for the invitation.
That was an amazing journey and some awesome pictures.
Thank
So
you.
thank you for your time,
We really enjoyed the pictures and your story
your story. Yeah, not
Thank you.
everybody can face life with the way you face it, and you're facing it.
with that
That
courage.
that is, yeah, that courage is what makes you special and wonderful and awesome.
Thank you very much, Nisha. I give my best.
You did.
There's no other way.
Yes, like
Absolutely.
always.
Perfect.
So
Have you any questions about skiing or diving or lying on the buses during the
So,
trip?
I mean, how is diving? Does it? How do you handle it?
First of all, everything I do in the beginning is crazy. Skiing was crazy, diving was just crazy, and you have to turn out your brain. And my first dive, normally one tank is enough for 1 hour dive. And during my first dive, I thought, okay, I have no legs. I have to do everything with my arms very fast. And after 5 minutes, my tank was empty, and this was crazy. And the guys told me that that's not the right way. You have to do it very slowly, and gentle. And it took a long time to come down. And now I'm able with a normal tank to stay there for 40 minutes. But I move very, very slowly. And with the camera gear, it's much more difficult because you cannot stay at the same place. You have to think about, okay, I would like to make this picture, and I have very slowly to swim in this direction, work a lot with breathing, and do it very slowly. But this is the way it works. And skiing is very dangerous because
Yeah.
if you fall down the hill, it often ends in the hospital. And therefore, if you fall in the direction of the hill, it's no problem because the way is not so long. But down is very dangerous, and you have to do the technique perfect, and you have to be very careful because after time you are able to go very fast, and it makes a lot of fun, but it is very dangerous, and you have always think about the danger. But I was enough in the hospital. But it's worth it because it's very nice to be out there. But everything is a little bit crazy. But
I definitely need to learn how to get out of fear from you. I want to learn skiing, but I'm so scared of it.
yeah.
So
But Misha, as you know, my main problem is I'm a very anxious person. I have fear from everything, but I just do it. I have no other way. I only have to do it.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not easy for everybody. It's definitely not easy for the kind of courage, and you are brave. I don't know how you say that you're scared of things, but you are brave.
Yeah. Thank you.
And do you think going to the wildlife places or nature reserves brings some kind of happiness, or does it change anything in your life?
Yeah, it's the thing with Africa was brilliant. It gave me so much energy and hope and perspective in my life. I think in every life, perspective is very needed. And I don't know. For me, this place those places in Africa gave me so much power. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even we complain, me and me or anybody whom we have traveled, after a couple of days, yeah, people do feel bad about going back to
Yeah.
their home. But
Yeah.
then after second day, like, back is hurting, hand is hurting, the pulling up and keeping the camera down and
Yeah.
up and down, you feel like your arms are hurting. And the way you handle it, Thomas.
In 2019, on my first trip at the Malaika camp at Masai Mara, I was sitting on that seat. And when the road was getting bumpy, all the time my left knee was hitting some parts of the car. And after 3 days, the knee was blooding. Yeah, and everybody in the vehicle was saying, "Oh God, oh God!" And I thought, it's no problem. I'm here. That's important. Yeah, a little bit of blood is no problem. Yeah, I was so happy to be there. Was just perfect. It is just perfect there.
Yeah, I totally understand the feeling when you are here, because yeah, when I'm nowhere, no one to compare my crazy thoughts, and my problems are usually 90% of them are created because in my head. Okay, even
Yeah,
then, you go out, you kind of forget all the stuffs, and you feel good.
yeah,
And after meeting you, I definitely try to, whenever I'm cribbing about something, I know that I'm doing nonsense. So that's the one main reason I tell everybody whom I know, especially to my sister.
yeah,
She's another very strong person whom I met, and facing the life in a very bold way. And we I do tell her about you as well. So not only to her, to every friend, I say, if there is somebody whom I want to introduce, that's Thomas, my new friend. You must meet him for his courage, for his
Thank you.
photography, and him as a person. So once again, thanks a lot on behalf of all our viewers, and on behalf of Paws Trails, and on behalf of myself. Thank you
And
so much.
we have a comment
Thank
that I
you.
want to read from Shatsi, one of our audience. She's saying, "You are an inspiration, Thomas. Like Nisha
Thank you.
says, a perfect person to think of when someone feels low."
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have.
So
I mean, I don't say that I have seen Thomas a lot, or I know Thomas quite well, but I have never seen him with a gloomy face. And whenever I call him for some kind of solution, he was always there to support me with something very positive.
You're welcome.
great, Thomas. Hope to see you soon in Mara.
Yeah, same for me. Enjoy the time there. I'm
Yeah.
very nice to be there again.
Yeah, we'll catch up in November whenever you're back.
Perfect. Yeah, that would be perfect. Thank you, Nisha and Mem.
Great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, and thank you for
Thank you.
your time.
No problem. Thank you for the
Thank
invitation.
you. Thank you, and see you soon.
See you soon. Bye bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
So that was Thomas, and
Inspiring session.
I told you, you must, you must see him in person. You must talk to him in person. It's a person, a personality, as well as the courage and kindness, everything together. You don't see it much, and he's definitely one awesome person.
I can understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed today's session. It was great, and we have one session on conservation on 22nd. It's it's more of animal trading, related to animal trading. So yeah, I'll do the poster today.
Yes.
Yeah, and you will know who is doing it and what is the story about and all. Till then, bye bye from our side.
And make sure you guys are safe, because health is the most important thing. Please do stay safe. It's still COVID. You need to take care of the mask and hand sanitization and social distancing. Please stay safe.
Yeah. Okay. Bye bye.